The Great Discovery actually is a sister company of the Six Sigma organization. If you're not familiar with Six Sigma is a very famous business methodology or business management system. And what's unique about it is essentially combines a business philosophy with a business management system. Now, we are currently on the fourth generation of Six Sigma called the Great Discovery. Six Sigma is over 40 years old. It originally started at Motorola in the early 80s. We are on the fourth generation of Six Sigma called the Great Discovery. Now, how this came about was in the early 80s, Japan was really dominating America in manufacturing because they were using something called the Kaizen approach. The Kaizen approach is basically a philosophy about continuous improvement, the continuous pursuit of perfection. And America didn't really have anything like Kaizen. And so this gentleman here, Michael J. Harry, created Six Sigma, which was a new business system. And as soon as they implemented this into Motorola, they had a 200-fold improvement in production quality, and they saved the company over $16 billion. Then GE, General Electric, very famously implemented Six Sigma in 1995, and it saved them over $12 billion. And currently, to this date, 82% of Fortune 100 companies and 53% of Fortune 500 companies use Six Sigma. And it's not only the top companies in the world, it's also the United States Navy SEALs, and every single branch of the military uses Six Sigma. And I take what they do very seriously because for them, it's not only about making a lot of money or having a great business, it's life and death for them, for their team, and for all of us. And so if it didn't work, they wouldn't use it. Six Sigma was also credited as one of the top 10 business management innovations of all time by MIT. And because Six Sigma was so transformative, Michael J. Harry made the rest of his life dedicated to training companies and training people all over the world on how to use Six Sigma in their business. He wrote a very famous book about it, and there are currently, to this date, 2.8 million Six Sigma certified professionals globally. And like I said, we are on the fourth generation of Six Sigma called the Great Discovery. Some parts of the Great Discovery are over a decade old, and some parts of the Great Discovery are brand new. And how this came about was in the second generation, Michael J. Harry was talking to CEO of General Electric, Jack Welch. And Michael J. Harry asked Jack Welch, he said, Jack, I know you love Six Sigma, but what do you not like about Six Sigma? And Jack Welch said to Michael J. Harry, he said, you know what? What I don't like about it is Six Sigma is only for the top 5% of the company. They call it the deployment team, the deployment team. Jack Welch said, what about the other 95%? And so that's what the great discovery is the great discovery is that Six Sigma way of thinking, but for the 95% of humanity. How do we use that system of thinking to accomplish our goals, dreams, and desires? How do we use that Six Sigma business methodology in our small business? How do we use that way of thinking that all the top performers, the Navy SEALs, the military, Fortune 500 CEOs, Fortune 100 company CEOs, top performers all over the world use, but how do we use it in our finance? How do we use it in our relationships? How do we use it, on whatever we're trying to accomplish? And so they've put that into the fourth generation of Six Sigma, which is the Great Discovery, and it's a course that you can take on the Great Discovery platform. So the Great Discovery is two things. One, it's an international course, and it's also a platform where you can host and sell your products online next to the Great Discovery.